Hello friends, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are doing a practice block for our sew along. The sew along is the scrappy sandwiches. It's Craft for the World. They really don't have a pattern. They just kind of show you what the quilt is going to look like. And they start out by telling you that the width of your scraps should be 3.5 inches. Or the length, 3.5 inches, and the width anywhere from 3/4 to about 2 inches. I have some that went 3 inches, so it's not really a big deal. So what we are doing is, it says try a variety of widths to make it interesting, and I'm going to show you this is my fabrics. Now of course I've got my little tools in here. I picked 5 different fabrics for my scraps, and this is from a scrap bag that I had purchased, and I just pulled so I could do a red, white, and blue. These are 3.5 inches long by variety of widths. These are 1.5 by 10.5, and this is a 4.5 inch square. So let me kind of read to you what the instructions are, because I want to read through it before I actually start sewing so I don't do something wrong. So what I'm going to do is just start by getting my scrap pieces. No rhyme or reason. And since I need them at 10.5 inches, I'm going to get my 2.5 inch ruler. The rulers I am using today, I did use my Perfect 10. I have my Perfect 5, and I have my 2.5 inch, and it is 18 inches long. So these are the 3 rulers that I am using. They will be down in the description if you're interested in purchasing one. I do have a link down there for you. But let's get started on this. I'm just starting with 2 of them, and I'm trying to make sure I do not get the same size width. Like this one here, my stripe one is very wide. So we are going to sew this at 1/4 inch. All of them that we put together will be at 1/4 inch. And I will try to mix it up so I don't have the same pattern going on each strip. But I do not want to have 2 of the same fabrics side by side. I'm trying not to have 2 of the same color. I have blue and red, so I'm trying to not have the same color. Now I can do a blue and a red here. So probably what I'm going to do is just do a blue and a red, a blue and a red, and a blue and a red, and just do several of them because I have to have 4 sides. So y'all, this is just going to be a quick little. I need to make sure my blue is on the bottom so I don't have 2 blues together. So I'm just keeping sewing 2 at a time. And this one is classified as blue, even though it's got a lot of red in it. And I need to make sure it stays on the bottom. I need to remember to throw some bigger sizes in there. And we can trim it down. I mean, that's not going to be a problem, trimming it down, because you heard it said 10.5 inches. And I don't know how many I'm making. My goal is to make one and maybe make it like a hot pad or something. Oh, there's one. Look at there, I didn't press that one out. I need to lay that over there to be pressed out. I'm going to put these two together because I like these two together. Even though this one is classified as a blue because it does have some dark blue in it, I'm using it as a red this time. And we're just sewing our strips together. Now, I do know in the instructions it said to make 79. I don't know if it's 79 of these blocks. I don't think so. It can't be. Let's see. I'm going to read that again. Okay. Okay. So when we make a 10.5 strip, it says make 79 of those. How does 4 of that? Okay. Make another, so we're having 80. Okay, so that means you're going to end up with 20 blocks. Okay. But what I'm probably doing is just going, I may even make like a table runner. Because with the open gate quilts, I made a table topper. And that one is probably going to go on my coffee table once I get it backed and quilted. But yeah, we're just going at this. I'm hoping that you would like to join me. I will have the Facebook group down in the description. If you would like to join me on the sew along, I will have a Facebook group created. And if I don't have it created before I do this video, I will have it shortly after, and I will announce it. The day of the sew along to get started is going to, I'm going to say July 1. And we can, from July 1, we can do it through July and August. This is a quilt that you can make as big as you want or as little as you want. If you want to do 1 square, that's fine. You got your little heating pad. If you want to do 2 squares, that's even better. You've got you a little, maybe a small table runner. 3 squares, you should have a good table runner. Even though I think these are coming out at 10.5 by 10.5, that would give you 31.5 inches there. But, you know, take a ½ inch off of it, 30 inches. That'd be a decent little table runner. So I'm trying to mix it up a bit here with my colored squares. And I don't have a clue how many I have sewed together, but what I'm doing is I'm just sewing, and then I'm going to take them and start putting them together. I really like this fabric. I really like that one. I think I'm going to throw me some blue up with that one. And the sew along, this is just pretty much going to be us just chit-chatting. I'll do a video at least once a week. So everybody can join in that wants to. And You know, we can join in and chit chat, and in the Facebook group we can leave questions and answers. I don't know that I'll have answers, but the pattern, I will have the pattern linked in the description. When we start the sew along, I will put that in there. Also, I will have it in the Facebook group, because I want everybody. So just know, go on and start cutting your strips to 3.5 inch. And I just took strip. I mean, if you have scraps that you can cut into strips, do that, but they have to be 3.5 inches long. So that's your main thing to remember. 3.5 inches long. Because you want to make sure it's long enough, because this is the length is actually the width of your strip that you're making. So what I'm doing, I'm just going to be sewing. I'm just going to keep sewing, and chit-chatting. And I will fill y'all in a little bit on, most of y'all know, we've been doing a conversion on a bedroom, back to a bedroom. To make long story short, if you're new here, my name is Cathy. And apparently, I'm the captain of Hot Mess Express. I have 3 children. All 3 of my children are out of the home. I have 2 grandbabies. They're so precious. They're so precious. And when my children moved out of the house, we decided to convert all the bedrooms. My sewing room that I'm in now was my oldest daughter's bedroom. The office that my husband is in was my son's bedroom. So then we had a spare bedroom that was my middle child's, my youngest daughter's bedroom. And we converted that bedroom years ago to a long-term food storage. And this is just so food could be rotated in case of emergency situations. And we actually, I was thinking about this the other day. We did this in January of 2020, before we knew about all the stuff. So it really saved us that we had already done that, because we converted it then. And I just keep thinking, what if we had not done that? We would have been in dire straits. But we had, that January, we had gone and we had stocked up on everything. And see, I had always done that. You know, being a single mom, you know, you pay your taxes in, you get a little bit of income tax return. And I would just take that and put that into food in the house. You know, like, and other things, all your paper products. We had bought, like, cases of toilet paper. We had bought cases of paper towels, toothpaste, you know, all the things. And so when everything shut down and we couldn't go anywhere, we even bought, like, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, Worcestershire sauce. That's things that I stock up on anyway. But, I mean, we stocked up on all kinds of stuff. And it's because that's things that we would use in a year. We stocked a year's supply. I've always done that. I didn't think that was weird, but apparently most people don't do that. A lot of people don't have the room to do it either, but I had a bedroom, so I did it. And But it is a good thing that that we did do that, because when everything was shut down, we had a supply. So, long story short, that bedroom has been a long-term food storage rotation. You know, we rotated the food out, and storage room. It had everything in it. And when I say everything, I do mean everything. If we didn't know where it went in that room. So we literally did not have a trail in that room. Things were just stacked in there. And I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. So the door stayed closed all the time. So I took everything out of the room. Let's see. I've been working on it for 5 days. I took 2 days of vacation so I could work on it. And I've been working on it 5 days. And it's still not done, because now when I started that room, being that was my long-term food storage, and I needed somewhere to put that food, I had to clean my pantry out for part of the food. And then I had to clean my laundry room shelving out, where I normally, we have shelving that had like all of our cleaning supplies and all of our dog stuff and all of our cat stuff and just everything. It kind of had everything. It became a catch-all too, which I'm going to be glad that it's gone, because I won't have that. I won't have that no more in my house, which makes me happy, because I don't like a lot of stuff. I think I may have enough. I don't know. I may not. But if I don't, I'll sew more. And that'll be fine. Okay, let me get this out over here. Make sure I have my end. I don't have to press anything right now, because I'm still sewing. I think I have enough to do 4 strips though. At least 4 10.5-inch strips. I should. So anyway, when we do that, so then I have to take everything out of the laundry room, so it goes into my kitchen for me to go through it. Now, mind you, when I move the food to the laundry room. Now, this is going to be canned foods and things that are, and when I say canned, I mean store-bought canned foods. And so these are things that they can withstand. Now, my laundry room is in the house. It's not outside. So, but it does not have an air vent, and it does get a little warmer than the rest of the house. I've got my canned foods on the shelf. I moved one of the shelves into the laundry room. I put my canned food on it. I've got my cleaning supplies on it. You know, laundry detergent and all that, and my canned food. Well, and I put all my canning supplies, because all my canning supplies was in this spare room. What that meant was I had to take everything off of every shelf. So now I have all my canning supplies. We have a rack hanging in our laundry room where we hang laundry when we take it out of the dryer and hang it or fold it. You know, we hang our laundry up there. But, so now all of my canning equipment, not my jars, I still have a shelf to clear out for the jars. And that's going to be difficult. But I'm having to take everything out of the laundry room to make a place for all of this. So all of the stuff from the laundry room is going into my kitchen on my dining table. Now, a lot of the stuff it's animal stuff, light bulbs, things like that. I have a hall linen closet I could put a lot of that stuff in. And it won't hurt to put it there. So, I'm going to make little baskets. Well, I have little baskets. I'm going to take those little baskets and put them in my linen closet. I'm going to put labels on those little baskets as to what is in them, so there's no question. It's all about being organized, and that space was not organized at all. But it's going to be. It is going to be, because it's driving me crazy. Crazy, I'm telling you. And some days I don't feel like it had to drive me too far, because some days I feel like I'm there. But it does feel good to finally get that back into a room, and that way my son and his wife can come visit whenever they get a notion to. I can bring my little grandbaby girl to come see her Grammy. My little grandbaby girl come see her Grammy and let her Grammy love on her. And it's the funniest thing. My daughter-in-law sent me a picture today of my grandbaby, and she is eating Wendy's chicken nuggets, loves the things, and sipping on her little fruit juice that she got. She's only 9 months, y'all, and she refuses to eat baby food. She wants real food. But she's got teeth, so she's good. She can eat them things. But I know she's a precious little thing. And my son should be coming home. I don't mean home as in my home. I mean home as in to his wife. Sometime next week. I've been told next weekend. I don't know. I know he's already out. I know he has completed his stuff, and I was told they just have to lay eyes on him tomorrow. And then he can leave. So, I don't know. I'm hoping. I'm ready to see him, because I haven't seen him since he deployed. And this mama's missing her baby. I know he's grown, but he's still my baby. Can't nobody tell me no different. He's still my baby. But I know I'm second in line, because his wife and baby first. And that's okay. That's how it's supposed to be. Because I raised him to be a good man and a good daddy and a good husband to his wife. And he's doing a good job. Oh, goodness. I got two of the same going together here. So, well, that one there only has, I didn't make an even number of these extra squares. So, I'm just going to put these two together, and then I'll attach that one to these. We'll see how close we are to 10.5 inches on our strips. Now, since they're not all the same size strips, they all could be different lengths. And this being a practice block for our sew-along, I'm excited. And we should actually do our sew along early. Because this is, well, it's whatever you have. I'll say this is 4th of July for me. But this is just my practice one. I got to remember that. This is just my practice. This is not my real one. I wanted to do a practice one to see how hard or easy it was going to be. Something that every skill level can do. And the higher skill level you have, ooh, it looks like I'm pulling all kinds of stuff. Oh, I know what it is. That thread is caught under there. Sometimes them threads do that. But I wanted to make sure any skill level could do this. The main thing is learning how to use your ruler. And, oh yeah, I think that's going to make a good 10-inch square there. That's a really short one too, so I can add that with this long one. I don't know. Let me make sure. Maybe not. I got to see how long this one is first. Oh, that one is almost 10.5 inches. So I'm not adding a long one there. I'm going to add a little short one here. So I'm probably making these way too long. But if I do, I can just trim it down to 10.5 inches. And if I've got enough, I can make another. Let's check that. I'm going to press these and be right back. And we'll take measurements at that time. Because, oh, we only got 3. So let me do one more because I know that one's 10.5 inches long. And let me find one. Let's see. That one is missing this color. I didn't mean to cut my thread, but that thread got stuck. Well, for some reason, let me go in and remove it out. We're just going to re-sew that. Okay. I am going to press, and then we are going to measure and trim. Now I have my strips completed, so I am going to, my instructions tell me the white strips 1.5 by 10 are sewn on either side. So being that these are 10.5 inches, I am going to sew them. I'm going to pin, maybe not. I may do it just this first one. I don't know. We will see what seems easier. But I want to make sure that even though it's not really going to matter, it's not going to matter because I'm going to trim this. So let's just get it under that needle then and not worry about how perfect or not it is. And that's the good thing about this one. And also, I have to make sure I am using a white on white scrap here. Now that's a great thing. I I think I got my scrap bags. Who did I get them from? But they had, it might have been, it wasn't Green Fairy Quilts. It was Daisy, Sweet Daisy Quilt Shop. Is that what they're called? Sweet Daisy Quilt Shop. I have not done it. They do have the Sweet Treat Tuesdays, the first and third Tuesday of every month. And I have not purchased anything from them in a while. But I did catch their, they had the white scrap bags, or light colored scrap bags. And I think I got 2 of them from them. Yeah, it's Sweet Daisy Quilt Shop. And I think I got 2 of them from them because I have 2 of the scrap bags up there. And I'm thinking it was from them because both of them are, and we will just go to our next strip. I noticed I have a lot of them that has this blue on the end of them. So my points are going to be blue. So they may come together looking nice like that. I had 2 strips that were just half an inch shy of being the 10.5 inches. And what I did, and I had 2 that were over just by a little bit. One was over by a couple inches, and one was over by probably like 1/4 of an inch. It wasn't much. I just adjusted them and trimmed, and here we are. We are cutting some scraps. And this is great because I have a lot of scrap bags over on my shelf over here. And this will be great for me to use up those scrap bags. I have a lot of Moda scrap bags. And I was getting the Moda scrap bags because I wanted to do a string quilt. But I'm doing a string quilt right now with my remaining fabrics from Bunny Hill Designs, that Sugarberry, because I love that line. I love that line. Okay, I'm going to press these and I'll be right back. I have these pressed and I press them upwards because since that white strip doesn't have any additional seams on there, that would make it difficult to press. That's what I did. I need to find which side is, I think that's the correct side. So now what we're going to start doing, well, this one here I'm putting the first strip on, but the rest of them I will be putting that second strip on. We're just going to sew these on here. And once I finish sewing these, I will also press them out, or press them up towards the white. Because if I press them towards that white, I don't have the thickness of the other seams where the little strips have joined. But y'all, this seems to be going so quick. I think this can turn out to be a beautiful quilt. And I thank y'all for joining me today. I'm so happy you joined me. I'm not having to sew by myself. I hope you are getting some sewing done as well. We all need a little happy time, and this is my happy time after working all day in the house. Oops, my string just broke. Okay. It happens, y'all. It happens. Oh, that one like broke crazy. I don't know where that one went at all. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pull it this way. I don't know where that string went at all. Is this got the broke end? Yep, that's the broke end. So at least the whole thing come out. I'm making sure I don't see a string up in there. I guess I got a little anxious there and just sewing. Now it's making a funny noise. One minute. Okay, it was asking me to clean it just a little bit. But my threads are doing crazy things here. I'm just going to trim all of this up and just start over. I'm just going to leave that right where it is. I'm not even removing the other threads. I'm just putting it under here and sitting it down. I didn't oil it, so hopefully this will be okay, because I noticed I had a lot of lint. Yeah, it sounds a lot better too. I have done a lot of sewing today. So that's probably what it is. I've overworked it and not taken care of it today. I haven't cleaned it a second time today. Normally I clean it every time I start a project. I'll oil it and clean it out. I didn't do that this time. And it was letting me know it was not happy that I did that. So I am going to add this second strip on this piece right here. Going to get that in there real good. Just get this sewed up real quick like. So we can move on to the next step so we can finish this block up. This has been very easy. Now the next step is the one that is going to tell me. So I'm going to press this and be right back. Okay, y'all. So now I am back with my strips. Notice I've moved my machine over. I've got my rotating mat here. The next step I am going to be doing is trimming. And that's going to be fun. Because I don't know if I have this done right. But I'm using my Perfect 5 square. We put our ends, we put it in side to side. And we squeeze that, make a little indentation there. And actually, I can do more than that because reason I'm saying that is because I have a center line that as long as it's on this line, I know it's straight. Find my 1-1. Okay, so I have gotten it straight here. I know it'd be easier if I had it turned where I could just go straight. Okay, and then we're going to do this on the other side too. We're going to even that up, make sure we are even on the sides and even across the end there. And what we are going to do is line up our point on the line there. I was a little off of that line and I was wondering why everything wasn't lining up. Okay. Going to hold it and cut it. I know it's kind of dangerous what I'm doing here with my rotary cutter open. Okay, so now it tells me it wants it to be 5 inches. Okay. So let's see if it measures 5 inches. I'm going to grab my ruler. I don't think it does, and I don't think it's lined up. Let me get on that line. No, it don't line up, and it's not even. And it's not 5 inches either. That side is not anyway. That side is not either. I'm not going to worry about it. It'll still make a square. So I am going to fold this one over. And we're going to continue. We're not going to worry about what that ruler says. And I'm finger pressing it. I'm using the finger press to just make a indentation in the fabric there. So I am going to line up and I am just going to cut that corner off, and then we are going to do the same thing on the other side. Because we already have the lines pinched in. And that looks good. Let's see if this one is 5 inches. Probably not. But I am good with that. Nope, it's not. I don't know where they got the 5 inches because, well, nope, that one didn't either. So that's good. They'll all not be 5 inches, right? Even though they're all 10 1/2. Once again, finger pressing this. But we'll see what that does if it's not 5 inches, because it looks like they're all off about the same. So it should work, you know, it should. And I am using the Creative Grids ruler, so it's not sliding or anything. It is staying attached to my piece of fabric here. I now have all of them trimmed, and I'm just going to tell you, they're not all right. They're not, but it's okay. We have our solid fabric here. So now let's check and see. Okay, it looks like we need to center these to complete a block. Let's see. I am going to fold and finger press my triangles here, because I do need to attach these to the center of my strip here. Now maybe if you're all about accuracy and all that, this may not be the quilt for you, but it's not really hard. It didn't take that many pieces to make a 10.5 inch strip. And I like to sample something like this, especially when I'm going to be using Starberry, and that fabric is probably going to be hard to find after this month. I don't want to mess anything. I don't want to mess it up. I want to make sure to use it wisely. Okay. So I have those pressed, and what I'm going to do is fold these in half, get my points together, because it's going to assist us in getting the center. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just folding them all in half. I may not have enough triangles, because it looks like I'm supposed to do one. I don't think I'm going to do one on each side. I'm not going to do one on each side, because I'm only making this one. So I will probably do one. No, I have to do one on each side. So I need to cut some more squares. I didn't cut enough, because if I don't do one on each side, then I don't have a full square. And that would be a shame to not have a full square. So I'm going to cut some more fabric and be right back. Okay, so now I have enough fabric for my corners. So I'm opening this up, and let me get a triangle here. Got my little triangle, and I am just going to lay that little crease inside one another. Oh, I better turn that the other way, and let me crease that the other direction then, because if I crease it where that crease will lay right into the other crease, it'll make it easier to pin and all that. Okay, and I am going to go ahead and sew this one on. It shows pinning both of them at the same time, and I'm not doing that. I'm just going to pin one and sew one at a time. When I get to that pin, I'm just going to slide that out. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my next one. And now I am attaching the second side on. And this works really easy if you do press out that center with your finger, or hey, if it makes you feel better to do it with your press, you know, your iron, do that. But as long as you mark that center, and a finger press normally does. By what I've noticed, I have done the finger presses, and my fabric is doing it. But you know, different kinds of fabrics press differently. This denim type fabric I have here does not press real easy. So you may have a fabric, it just seems so soft that it doesn't want to press. I mean, it is getting a crease in it, but it's just not as good as like this white fabric here. Man, it's got a press in it. You want to line everything up there real nice. And then we're sewing this on at that 1/4 of an inch. And we're just going all the way across. Now, when I'm done, I will press these out, and I will press to the blue. So I'm still pressing these out, because before I did finger press them, but I finger pressed them the wrong direction. And sometimes that happens. It happens to all of us, but it's okay. We're sitting here just sewing, and right now we're at 1 hour and 34 minutes, and yeah, we are almost finished. Or I'm almost finished. This really isn't the sew along here. This is just my practice test on this block. Now, I did say this was the one I had chosen. I do have another one that I'm looking at, and I may do. I have until July the 1st to really pinpoint. I'm really leaning towards this one though, but I do have another one that I am looking at, and I will do a test block for that one as well. Y'all, I'm sorry, but my nose is itching today. What does that mean? There's old wives' tales about that. What does that mean if your nose is itching? I know if your hand itches, that means you're coming into money. My hand needs to start itching. Because honestly, y'all, these past 5 days, if I was able to do it, I would have just moved. I would have just bought a different house. Because I'm really tired of doing all of this. And then I'd just buy new furniture and everything and let them move it into my new house and just be done with it. But I couldn't go without my sewing machine. My sewing machine would have to go with me. I just don't know how we accumulated so much stuff. But we've been in this house for 19 years. Alrighty, guys, so I have my squares done. So let's see what our next step is. So now we are to join the four squares together. I'm going to join the top two and then the bottom two. So this is a top one. Okay. So what we are going to do is make sure our seams match up, because that would look really bad if it doesn't. I'm going to pin right there on that seam. Then I'm going to pin on this seam. And the reason I'm pinning these two seams right here is because that's where the white lines up. Now there was a little bit of difference in sizes of my blocks. So even though I did trim them down to the same exact size, that blue centerpiece, that's what I'm making as my centerpiece, they're not all the same size. So that's why I'm pinning. And I'm just going under that, over that seam really slow. Now down here, this doesn't matter. As long as the corner matches up, it doesn't matter if those seams come together, because that's our scrappy part, so that doesn't matter. The only seams that need to match are the white and the blue one, you know, the seams on both sides of the white. So now we have our bottom. What we're connecting are these two blue squares, or triangles. My goodness, y'all. It must be late because my brain is skipping. Okay, so we got that one. So I am going to look at it and make sure what we got. I can only hope that those turn out. So I am starting down here. And I don't think I've ever made a block where the there's a strip that makes a V in it. I don't recall if I have. I know my grandbaby's quilt was a jelly roll and it all made V's. But something like this, I don't think I've ever done anything like this. And I'm making sure my underneath is matched up there. Okay, y'all, I have them pressed and I went on and pinned them together. This is going to be the moment of truth. Just by what I can tell of the halves, they are so cute. Yeah, I must have got into something in my garden this morning. Because my nose is just crazy itching today. Yeah, I'm getting excited to see what this is going to look like. I'm staying on that 1/4 of an inch and making sure those seams are staying pinned real good. Okay, guys, I'm going to press and we will look at the results. Okay, guys, here we are with our finished square. I don't know that this is the one I'm going to choose. It might have looked better if I hadn't have put these blues in there and just had the blue here. It might have looked better there, but I'm not sure. I know I announced in my updates yesterday that this was the one I was going with. I had tinkered with this, but I hadn't completed this block yet. I'm not sure this is the one I'm going to choose. I will be testing out blocks. I was pretty certain this was the one I was using. And that's why I did the test block. But I'm thinking the blue. Maybe I shouldn't have used that blue. So, but guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, please do feel free to join my family here on YouTube. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. This is a block that I am testing for the sew-along I'm doing starting July 1. So, right now I'm thinking this may be a no, but I don't know. I will keep rolling it around in my head. I don't know yet, but this is block 1 tested. So guys, I do try to respond to each and every comment personally, and as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.